Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching how to determine the size of a box for any item you want to make. This is my sample item, this bottle. So now the first thing that I would do is to get the measurements, the height from top down, the width from side to side, and the depth of the box. My bottle is not going to be like this in the box. My bottle is going to come lying down like this in the box. So I need to get the depth from top here down. So of course I'll bring in my scoreboard to get the measurements and a writing material. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is any part of measurement, the height, that from top down, lining it to my board. I have 3 7/8 of an inch, but I'm going to add 1/8 of an inch to it. That will make it 4 inches. Reason is that I want the bottle to be able to go in easily and not forced into the box. If I make the box the exact measurement of the exact height, I have to force it in, so the box will be bulging both this way and this way. We don't want that. We want the bottle to at least have very little space. So I'll just make 4 inches. I'll write the height down as 4 inches. That's the height. Now the width from this side to this side, I'll just stand it like this, and here I have 2 2/8 of, actually it's not exactly 2 2/8 of an inch. It's slightly smaller than, don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's slightly smaller than 2 2/8 of an inch. If I should make it 2 3/8 of an inch, it will be too wide. So since it is slightly smaller than 2 3/8 of an inch, I will just give it 2 2/8 of an inch as the width. I'll note that down, 2 2/8. Now the depth, that's from here to here. My bottle will be coming like this, so the depth, this is where I'm going to measure. I'll turn it like this on my board, and then looking at this, it is at exactly 1 6/8 of an inch. So now for this, since it is exactly 1 6/8 of an inch, I will add 1/8 of an inch to it for it to have a little space at the top, so it will not be pushing into the lid of the box that I'll be making. So instead of writing it's exactly 1 1/2. That's 1 4/8 of an inch. So I'll make it 1 5/8 of an inch. 1 5/8 of an inch. That is all. We don't need this bottle anymore. We've gotten the measurement that we need, so I'll set it aside. Now let me set this scoreboard aside, and then let us do our multiplication, do our addition and all that. Now the height is 4 inches. And then the width is 2 2/8. Then the depth is 1 5/8. Now remember, I said that we are going to multiply this 1 5/8 by 4. Reason why I'm multiplying it by 4 is because I want to reinforce the box so that it will be stronger. If you don't want to reinforce it, you need to multiply by only 2. That's the depth, the height of the box how the box will come. Sorry, let me bring a sample. Okay, this is a sample. I already turned this into a storage box. Actually, I had to dust it, and also now this, this one is, you can see the way the bottle is inside. You can see the space. This space here is 2/8 of an inch, and then this side, obviously this box is way bigger than what we are going to make, so we don't need all this space here. So now the height of the box I'm talking about is from here to here, from here to here. This is reinforced. I multiplied to make this. I multiplied the depth by 4. But if you don't want to, that's folding this over to have this smooth look here. If not, the raw edge of the paper that you cut is what will be showing here if you multiply it by 2. But then I don't like to see that kind of box. I don't like my student to make that kind of box. So I want to make a clean and smooth box. So we're going to multiply by 4 so we can fold over. So that is, the one will fold over here, 1, then this one 2, the one will fold in here, the opposite side, 3, and then this way 4. That is why we are multiplying by 4. Let me set this aside. So now let's multiply this, our depth, by 4. I will do it as I'll make it as simple as I can. Let me bring in my stylus to make the pointing easier. Okay, so now to multiply 1 5/8 by 4, this is 1 5/8 here. Now we'll add 1 inches to this, that's 2 5/8 plus 5/8. We now count 5 spaces. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. That's 3 2/8. That's times 2. So now to multiply, that's 1 5/8 times 2 will give us 3 2/8. So now to get the 4 part, we just multiply this 3 2/8 by 2, and that will give us 6 4/8. So 1 5/8 multiplied by 4 is 6 4/8 times 4, 6 4/8, which is also 6 1/2. Now we will now add this depth. We separated this depth, multiplied it by 4. We will now add this, the total that we got here, to this height and width. So that is 6 4/8 plus this 4, the height. 1 2 3 4. That is 10 4/8. 10 4/8. Now we also add this 6 4/8 to the width, plus 6 4/8. Remember, I don't remove my finger from this measure, from this point. 6 1/2 plus 2 2/8. 1 2 plus 2/8. 1 2. That's 8 6/8. 8 6/8. So the total, the size of paper that we need to cut out to make the base box that will fit this bottle is 10 4/8 by 8 6/8. It's as simple as that. So if you to make a, so now this is for perfumes. It's a 50 ml bottle. If you are the one that sells perfume a lot, or you have customers that sells perfumes like I do, this measurement now, I will write it down somewhere and safe keep it for when I have another order for exactly this bottle. Now if the customer should now say, oh, I want the box to have this bottle and an extra space for maybe 3 ml bottle, that's for something like this, to have space. That's actually what I did for this. So this went in like this, and then this one goes in. You can see both of them are sitting perfectly well inside. So now how I now got these measurements that fit this and this is it. You don't measure the two together and place like this, you will miss it. What you do is you get the width. Obviously the height of this one it's shorter, so this height covers for this, so it's just the width that we need to add this to this one. This is 2 2/8 that we said, and then measure this separately. This is 6/8. So I don't know if you are seeing. I'm so sorry. Okay, as what I said is that you can't measure these two together like this. You measure the two together like this, standing. No matter how you do it, it will give you 2 7/8 of an inch. But let's see if it is correct. I'll measure this. Remember we said it is slightly smaller than 2 2/8, so we'll just round it up to 2 2/8 of an inch. This is exactly 6/8 of an inch. So that's 2 2/8 plus 6/8 of an inch. That's 3 inches. But when I placed it side by side, it was giving me 2 7/8 of an inch. But when I measured the two separately and added up, this is 2 2/8 plus 6/8. Let's count. Plus this 6/8. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 3 inches. That's how you get the width measurement for this one, to make extra space for this. So if you are making extra space for a bottle, for box, you write it down somewhere and keep it. Have a book for your measuring, so you don't have to keep measuring a particular item over and over and over. Let me show you an example of what I did. I have so many sticky notes here with every customer's name and all that. So this is this is somebody's measurements. I make this very often for this particular customer. Round jar with metal cover. She sent the bottles, so I measured them. So I'll be making the boxes constant. So I just have these measurements fixed somewhere. Okay, whenever she makes orders, I'll bring this and then make the box for her. So it's as simple as that. That's how to determine the measurements for the box of any item that you want to make. Please feel free to ask me your questions and I will be glad to answer. Thank you so much. See you in our next class.